Hello everyone. Chapter 2 is a little easier and a little harder than Chapter 1, and I'll explain as we go on. Now remember that lamp I told you not to break? Well, this is why. Break it and hold block and try and drag the essence to this next fight. Even hold block here, I've been able to absorb the essence through that wall. You have plenty of time to charge, UT, and try and get as many as you can. Now I'm just jumping around, throwing shurikens to buy some time, and again, I'm using a lunar because it will probably take 2, hopefully 3 ninjas at a time. And just like that, that's why I told you to not break that lamp, because you can start UT chains here and that'll make this a lot easier. If you did break that lamp, or if you haven't been able to drag the essence, just use the chuck wall attack. Now the next fight, I'm not sure if you have anything to kill to drag the essence over. I know you can drag the fight from the last fight, so I like to start off with the running Y attack with the lunar. It'll knock both of them down and you can work your way towards fiend sealing them both. If you don't want to do that, again, there are 2 nice walls there to use the chuck wall attacks. Now grab your scroll and go down. And when you get down, remember there's a chest behind you with a potion, so go and get that. Make sure you get that. Make sure you also get your smoke bombs because they're pretty useful here. And actually for the rest of the game. Just move a little forward, like here where the earth, you can see the little difference on the ground. And charge. You should have enough time to charge a UT. And here, you know, what the great thing about the smoke bomb is you drop it, you jump, and you can basically, even if you have 1 essence out there, you can basically get a UT out of it. You have plenty of time. The smoke bomb gives you enough time to charge a UT, assuming there's 1 essence around. Okay, for this next fight, I like to approach it from the water because I see that if you drop down from the tree branches, they like to attack you as you fall to the ground. Now, I recommend getting rid of the mage as soon as possible. Drop smoke bombs so he's distracted, and try and get rid of him as soon as you can. He'll be a real pain. Now, once he's gone, what I like to do is position myself to the water's edge. And I use an on-landing Y to knock them down. I just wind path off their heads, or position myself so that the on-landing Y will knock them towards the water. And then I use XY to knock them into the water. I guess samurais are allergic to water or something, but it's an instant kill if they fall into it. So that's why I'm doing this. Even if you don't want to use the water, the wind path, on-landing Y, will knock them down, and you can just jump, throw shurikens, and use an air Y attack to keep them down. And once they're down, you can feed it with the air Y, you can use a fiend seal. I know that sounds complicated and a lot of steps, but once you get it down, it's very useful for these guys. Just remember to jump, throw shurikens, and use the air Y, because the on-landing Y knocks them down, but it knocks them away like that. So you need to... The shurikens and the air Y will keep them on the ground. See, just like that. Now here's something neat. I actually found that there's a chest up here. I've never noticed that before, just recently. It contains something useless, it's just a map. But I'm not sure at the lower difficulties have something more useful, I don't know. Now what's harder about this chapter is that there's no crows or no bats to exploit for essence. There's a target sign that you can shoot for blue essence, but that's... you can't extend that over multiple fights because you lose access to it after the sub-boss. Now I'm just gonna save here, And for the next fight, I recommend dragging the essence from this chest. So open it up, but don't absorb it, and just head into the next area. And I like to stay in this little nook here. Because if you stay out in the open, the two mages, there's usually two mages at a time, they like to come at either sides, and they like to spam their fireballs or magic balls or whatever they are. They're annoying as hell, so just stay here. And they'll normally try and do a magic attack, but sometimes they'll like to melee you. Either way, you can just stay here, use UTs, ETs, on landing Y, just anything. Right now I'm experimenting with wall attacks if they're not doing so well. On landing Y is the best way to knock them down. And here I was trying to wind path up his head to interrupt him, but that didn't work out so well. I don't know why Ryu didn't actually wind path up his head. Oh well. Now, there's two free potions here you can get. One is by getting the statue head over here, placing it on its body, and you can get a free potion that way. And then make sure there's a body L shield just around the corner. And he has a potion too. Now at the shop I recommend getting at least the armlet of the sun and Inferno Nimpo. Those are your priority. The rest you don't really need right now. And I'm just buying other stuff because I have a lot of essence. And I don't plan on using any items, so I'm just gonna buy them anyway. And I'll buy this just for the hell of it too. Well, people say that the moon armlet isn't really that useful, but I have to disagree. I think that you should keep the moon on when you just want to avoid enemy attacks, and as soon as you see an opening, switch to the sun, and then you can attack. That way you have the best of both worlds. And I know it involves going to the menu a lot, but I know if you're having trouble with the fight, there's nothing wrong with switching. I'm just saving again. For the next fight, feel free to use your Nimpo. There's a target sign that you can use to replenish it, so there's nothing wrong with just using the one Nimpo you have. Now stay here and just charge, and you have plenty of time to charge here. Again, try and take out the mages as soon as possible. They're the most annoying enemies in this fight. The small bombs, usually they're good, but if an enemy is already targeted on you and he already wants to get you, he's gonna get you. He'll look past the small bomb, and that's really... Normally they don't do that much though. Again, on landing Y is what I found just to be the best in this chapter. I'm not using the dragon sword again. The chucks actually work well too. Just spam that shit, chuck wall attack. And I would throw shurikens to keep them down, but I had the smoke bombs equipped, and I guess I forgot to go in the menu or something. Now here, what I'm gonna do is you have to stand back here for it to work, but